What is Warhammer? You're probably wondering what they are. You're seeing them a lot more in your local toy stores. So for those of you who are new to Warhammer like us, it's actually very easy to understand. Warhammer has two universes. One is called Age of Sigmar, where everything is in the fantasy setting. You have your dragons, your knights, and your wizard and sorcerer. So those are all part of the Age of Sigmar universe, yeah. And they also have another universe called the Warhammer 40,000. And Warhammer 40,000 is where everything is sci-fi. Everything is space marines, the big spaceships, and everything is set up in the distant future.
Alright, let's put it in a very simple way. Actually, I have seen Warhammer before, and it started in 1980s, way back. And if you are new to this, let's just say, have you played StarCraft or Warcraft?
Yeah.
So those are the different so-called genre or the timeline. And these are actually based very closely to the Warhammer series.
Yeah, that's true. So basically, if you struggle to understand what is Warhammer, like we initially were, so if you just tie it to both fantasy and sci-fi setting, just like StarCraft and Warcraft. So if you want to get started with Warhammer, either with Age of Sigmar or 40,000, you can either buy the book and read the great stories that come with it, or you can just straight away buy the figure without reading the story, and you can start just collecting, building, and start painting, right? And of course, alternatively, if you want to go even a bit further, that's where the community comes in, where you can actually go into the tabletop games for both Age of Sigmar, which is the fantasy setting, and Warhammer 40,000, the fantasy setting.
So if you would like to start, collecting the Warhammer, either the Age of Sigmar or the Warhammer 40,000 series, the sci-fi series, they have a concept which is to collect, build, paint, and play. Yeah, this is kind of like you can play with the set because it's like an RPG where you play physically, move all the pieces by rolling dice and also moving by steps. Remember Dungeons and Dragons, those kind of gameplay. So the basic one is, if you do not want to learn how to play, you can start to collect by understanding the story of each characters. They are just like the fantasy. The Age of Sigmar is just like the fantasy world of Lord of the Rings, but it's much more wider range than that. And then you start to build the figures, and there's the painting scheme, also the guidance of the paint of each character is also will be shown. Then you start to paint according to each characters with their painting scheme. When you actually buy the box, there's always this color guide, just like buying a gunpla, right? There's actually the color codes that which color applies to which part. And the final part is actually after painting your masterpiece, you will be able to play that piece itself.
I think the biggest challenge for me at least is I love both fantasy and sci-fi universe.
Correct.
So it's very hard for me to choose either one because I love both, and it seems like we probably have to start investing into both Warhammer Age of Sigmar and also 40,000. So now that you know what's the difference in the Warhammer universe, Age of Sigmar, which is fantasy, dragons and wizards, and Warhammer 40,000, everything is sci-fi, mobile suits, and also spaceships and space marines. Don't be afraid to get started. It's actually very easy to get started on Warhammer. Just go and start with maybe a magazine or a small figurine and start building and start painting.
Starter pack will actually help you a lot in this.
Yeah, so I mean, for me, I love both universe because I love both sci-fi and fantasy. What about you, Big Pete?
Oh, I love this the 40,000 because of the sci-fi, like the tanks, the mecha, the ships. Those are amazing.
Yeah, so we hope you guys will start the journey together with us in Warhammer universe. For those of you who are already into Warhammer, do let us know in your experience of building and also collecting Warhammer. And that's all our video for today. Let us know what you think of Warhammer Age of Sigmar and 40,000. Thank you for watching.